Hello, 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 my beloved souls. What's going on, Soul Sex Tribe? So, we have a special reading because we're going to 2023. And of course, we do all things sex and spirituality here. So, I wanted to see like what our sex life is going to be bringing in. We're going to break it down per element, right? So, water signs, fire signs, earth signs. Am I forgetting somebody? Water, fire, earth, air. Jesus, so sorry. So sorry, air signs. I love you so much. We're going to break down where you guys are at right now, what you can expect in your sex life coming into 2023, any challenges that may be before you and how to overcome them, and then, of course, a message from Spirit. So, really open. This is probably going to be geared more towards people that are single or in a situationship more so than people that are in union already. But if you're in union and you want to tap into these energies, I'm here for it. Like, let's do all the things because who doesn't need a little bit more of a kick in their sex life, right? So we're gonna talk about some things here. I love you guys so much. Happy holidays, happy new year, all the things. Let's get right into it. We're gonna start with fire signs and then we're gonna move forward. So the timestamps are down below. Definitely hit them up and comment below. I want to hear all about the juicy deliciousness because I'm nosy and sexy and all the things. All right, let's get into it. Hello, 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 my fire signs. So we're going to start with you. So first we're going to check out where you're at right now. So angels and guides, show me where the fire signs at right now when it comes to love, intimacy, and romance. I'm going to pull three cards. See what you got four. Okay. You got four. Okay, now I see why. Guys, my beautiful fire signs, it's time to let the past go. All right? Like, I know I'm an Aries, right? And I know that I can be friends with a lot of my exes. I have no problem being friends with my exes, but there's a difference between just like having that friendship and kind of like playing the sitting on the fence and kind of like always having one foot out the door, right? This is the energy of like completely walking away. Look at her. She's got her freaking hand on her head and she just looks like exhausted and worn out, right? Like that's that energy. Like it's time to let it go. It was draining, it was toxic, it was unhealthy, it wasn't sustaining you. You guys are not in alignment, it's not working out anymore. It's time to move forward. And we really want to move forward and open up space, right, in our realm so that we can have room for the more that's coming in. It's like having a bedroom set, right? And then you go to the store and you're going shopping and you buy another bedroom set. Okay, cool. Before they deliver, the new one, you have to get rid of the old one. Get rid of the old furniture. Let the stuff go, right? The time has come to clear your energy. We want a clean house as we're coming into 2023. We want to make space for the new love and intimacy and sensual connections and romance that's available to us. But we can't do that if we've already got somebody there, right? It's like you want a new lover in your bed, but you keep bringing the old lover back. Well, where's the new guy and new girl gonna lay down, right? Maybe they don't want the menage, right? Maybe they just want it to be the two of you. So you got to make space, right? Empty it out. For those of you that are holding on to like memorabilia, old things from your exes, right? It's time to clear it out, right? So maybe you need to pack a box with all of their stuff and give it back to them or get rid of it, donate it, whatever, get it out of your space so that you're not walking around with these memories, right? Got pictures of them all over the place or a freaking screensaver. It's time to move on, right? It's time to move on. Why do we want to move on? Because then we get the opportunity, look at this very soon. Soon as you close that door, another one opens, right? Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. When one door closes, another one opens. But you need to all the way close the door, right? It's none of this like we're playing defense and the door's partially open. No. Close the door, move past, move on to the next thing, right? So that you have this new love coming energy, this new love energy coming in for you. So many of you, my beautiful fire signs, right, just need to leave the past where it's at, right? It's in the past for a reason. It ended for a reason. You guys are not working out for a reason. It's time to move forward, and it's okay, right? It's not like there's nothing to fear. It's not like, I know so many people would rather have something than nothing, right? But trust in the universe, right? And trust in yourself. Like, love yourself enough to know that, like, you don't need to be with just anybody, right? You can wait, and it's okay to be single for a little while. It's okay to focus my energies on myself for a little while. It's okay to detox or do yoni steam or whatever needs to happen so that you're fully open, available, and ready for what's coming in, right? For what's available to you. And unbeknownst to you, it'll probably happen a lot sooner than you think once you clear house. The reason that you probably haven't been meeting anybody new, or really nothing is kind of working out, or really stable or grounded, is because you're still holding on to this past energy, right? Like, you're still playing the fence. Well, if it doesn't work out over here, I can always, keep doing that. But you're tried and true with the comfortable and the familiar, right? People love to stay in their familiar hells as opposed to moving towards these strange heavens, right? But it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to let it go, right? So that you can have this. And what do you want? What are you calling in to love and to sex and to intimacy in 2023, right? Do you want this freaking headache in your life? Is this what you want, to be stressed and to have a headache and to, what it looks like? She's got like a scroll here right on paper, right? So what are you, like, texting, emailing, doing these long drawn out explanations, trying to explain yourself, trying to see where they're at, and all this work and all this heaviness and all this exhaustion? Why? Right? If you're gonna if you're gonna write anything down, write out what you want. Get clear about what it is that you're calling into your intimate life, right? I want a passionate lover, someone who sees me and feels me and hears me, and we're great in bed together, and it's multi-orgasmic, and we're doing like sex magic, and I've never come so hard. Like, these are the things, right? We want to bring all of that in, right? And, like, be very, very clear about it. Do you want a faithful lover, a loyal lover, right? That's big on my list. Loyalty is very big to me, right? You can be great in bed but be a fucking shitty ass boyfriend or girlfriend, right? So I want someone who's great in bed and who's also very loyal and who's also, like, dedicated to our dynamic, right? So be crystal clear about what it is that you're calling in, right? And I'm not talking like tall, dark, and handsome, or like, like short, petite, and blonde. I'm talking like they're honest, they're loyal, they're passionate, they're romantic, they're financially savvy, they're emotionally mature, like, these are the things. They make me feel good. They're kind of spontaneous. Whatever it is for you, right? Especially at fire signs, since we love to get our groove on, right? So you got to meet somebody who can match your energy, right? Somebody who's going to blow your mind the way that you're ready to blow their mind, right? But be crystal clear about that. And then we got look, love yourself first. Love yourself first. Love yourself enough to walk away from this energy. So, my beautiful fire signs, it's time to let it go. It's time to take all the energy that you put into this other person and pour it back into yourself, right? And so maybe this might be a time where, as you're releasing one partner and kind of in like the waiting room before you start your next relationship, this is you focusing your energies on you, right? So maybe you need to get back in touch with your body. Maybe you want to be celibate for a minute, right? To kind of cleanse your energies. Focus on like masturbation and like self pleasure so that you can like figure out what it is you really want, and you can be really clear about what it is that you're expecting from your partner, right? A lot of people, unfortunately, are with people that the sex is, you're doing it kind of for them, or you're doing it to make them feel good, but then you're left dissatisfied. No, 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 no. Right? You shouldn't be with a partner that where it's great that they're getting their stuff off and they're kind of like using you as a masturbatory way, but you're not getting your stuff off, right? You're feeling incomplete. You need to freaking pull out your vibrator or go rub one out after it's done because you didn't really get finished in that situation. No, 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 no. Sometimes you gotta take a step back and also just cleanse your energies, right? Especially if you've had like maybe multiple partners, or if you were dealing with someone toxic, right? Sex is an energetic exchange. And so you don't wanna be caught up with all these energies that you're picking up, all this toxicity and depression and worry and angst and bitterness and resentment and jealousy. You got all this shit working out that you're picking up from your different partners, right? And then you don't even have time to sit with your own energy. So this might be a time, my beautiful fire signs, for you to just kind of like take a step back for a second, right? And focus your energies on you. cleanse it out, go celebrate for a while, for a minute if you need to, or focus, like I said, on self-pleasure and masturbation and learning your body and learning what your likes are and your dislikes are, right? Really getting in tune with that energy so that you can express that to the next partner that you have in a really healthy way, right? A really healthy way. It's a beautiful gift. I had some amazing lovers in my life. I mean, obviously, you guys know I used to do porn, but outside of porn and like my personal life, I've had some amazing lovers. I had one lover that was great. We had amazing, amazing sex, but I had never had an orgasm with them. It wasn't until I was with someone else during like one of our breaks that I learned how to be orgasmic. And once I learned how that felt in my body and really learned how to bring myself there, then I was able to bring that energy back to, my other lovers. So now when I'm with someone, I automatically know how to like shift, turn, twist, in order to like get myself to that. So you might just need that little time, right? You might need a little refresher. You might need a different partner to help bring that out of you, right? And like in a more healthy, safe setting. Okay, nothing wrong with that. And look, make the effort. So great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take, right? So some of you are gonna have to try, right? And it does take work to release our exes and to do that healing. And so many people out there are dating right now when they should be healing, right? This is you making the effort for yourself, right? You making the effort to kind of like focus on your energies, to heal your energies, to shoot your shot when you feel called to, right? Open up and step into these energies. Um, Maybe even trying a little bit more in the bedroom. Some of you, I feel, for some of you, you need to open up more, right? And so, masturbation is a way that you can learn to do that, right? Because then again, you're learning about your bodies and what you're comfortable with and what you're not. But for some of you, I feel like it's just like you need to open up more, right? You need to be a little bit more open to exploration and communicating your needs, right, to your partner. So again, instead of just kind of like always making sure that they're good and they're always getting off, like what is it that you need? What do you like? Do you like it slow? Do you like it rough? Do you um enjoy foreplay, or is that something that kind of like makes you get like all constricted and kind of like freaking out, right? Are you open to role play? Right? And I mean, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I mean, it can get crazy, but it can be something as simple as like you and your partner like go to a bar and they act like they're like picking you up or something like that, and then you guys kind of just flirt and kind of end up going home together, or like they let other people try to pick you up all night, and then next thing you know they come in, they kind of shoot their shot, next thing you know you're walking out with them after you got twisted off of somebody else's coin, all the things. Or maybe it's like we want to try a little vanilla, BDSM stuff, right? We bring in like handcuffs with the fur and like a little cattail whip or something. We try to explore a little differently, or we bring a little whipped cream, whatever it is. Some of you might need to just open up and explore a little bit more within yourselves and within your dynamics, right? So, what are you into? What turns you on? Um, are you more drawn towards sex with the lights off and kind of like the clothes on and you don't really see each other? Or are you open to being seen, being felt, being heard? Having your legs wide open, right? Having the lights on so that your partner can like see every aspect of you so you can see every aspect of them. Maybe showering together and feeling each other in that way, right? Or maybe going outside and like getting a quickie in the park, whatever it is, right? It's time to kind of like open up, you know. It's not for everybody. I know some of y'all are freaks. Like I said, I'm a fire sign too. But for those of you that are a little hesitant right now, right, in 2023, it's the time to just open up a little bit more. And I really feel like a lot of that is opening up within yourself, not even with a partner necessarily, but you really just coming into your own and your own confidence. And then that's going to change how you're showing up sexually in your relationship. Powerful. All right. Now we're going to get to the raw, the dirty, freaky. So, angels and guys, what do the fire signs need to know? What do they need to see for their sex life in 2023? What can they expect when it comes to getting their grooves on? Complete. Okay. Yeah, I felt like there was more that wanted to come out. So the first thing that came out is this, the freaking four of swords. This card always pisses me off, right? Because it's such a look at it. He's trying to force her mouth open, and she's literally got her hands over his genitals, right? Like, no, 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 I don't want to give you head right now, right? So, again, this is this toxic, narcissistic, whack ass energy that we're talking about from the past, right? This is the partner that you're not really satisfied with, or that you're kind of only doing it for them, or it's always about their pleasure, always about their needs. They want to have sex when they want to have sex, blah, 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 blah. No, we're moving away from this energy in 2023. If you feel this way in this dynamic that either you have to force your lover to kind of participate or your lover is always forcing their will and their needs on you, that's the energy that we're releasing in 2023, right? That's that goodbye, where to go. That's this. Like, no, it's not working. It's not working. It's not working. And it's okay. It's okay to walk away from that energy. Trust me, you can do bad by yourself. Literally. Literally. Okay. We got the Knight of Cups coming in. Okay, beautiful. So as we move away from this toxic, narcissistic, whack ass shit, my beautiful fire signs, right? We have someone coming towards us with love, with affection, with kindness, with a little bit more intimacy. You see how she's naked here, right? So fully vulnerable, authentic, like all in her light, right? Completely open. And having someone come towards her that is seeing her in her authenticity, in her nakedness, in her vulnerability, and that's what it's attracting them to her, right? So I feel like, my beautiful fire signs, when you stand in your power and you stand in your vulnerability and you allow yourself to just be authentic and open and real, this is going to more of draw more people towards you, right? Draw more energies towards you. It makes you so much sexier because you're just being who you are. And so I feel like many of you are just coming into that point where you're just going to be so comfortable in your own skin that people are drawn to you, people are magnetized towards you, right? So you're calling in people that see you for who you are and are connecting with you and going to offer you more than just sex, right? They're going to be connecting with you and offering you emotion, offering you intimacy, offering you romance, offering you, you know, passion and compassion. I love that for you. Hold on, got a lot of messages that popped out. All right, cool. So we got the Five of Pentacles coming in also. So a lot of intimacy, a lot of connection coming in for you, right? For some of you, it's even going to affect your artistry, right? Because we have this like I don't know, violin or whatever is going on in the background. But maybe some of you are going to be meeting or connecting with your divine counterparts this year, um, through like a music scene, right? So maybe you meet them at a club or a concert, or you guys are working on like a music project together, right? They're a producer, you're a songwriter, they're a singer, you're a rapper, whatever it might be, right? I just feel like music is going to be really, really important. Hearing signs in music, hearing symbols, music speaking to you differently. Um, some of you just may want to create a playlist, right? A lovemaking playlist, and just like put it on. And when you're hearing that music, you get into this energy of like fantasy and connection where you're really drawn, where it just really activates you, right? And it allows you to really open up. I feel a lot of romance, and passion coming in for you when you guys are connecting like this. You know what I mean? A lot of foreplay. Almost like he's taking a break just to kind of like ravage her as well, right? And so, maybe you're gonna go for a couple of quickies now and then. 2023 I feel is gonna play out a little bit differently for you, fire signs. Oh, okay. Now we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so seemingly up close, right? Everything looks good. They're all kind of like, naked or whatever. But if you look very closely, he's holding onto the bed. He's got like a grip on it, right? It's almost like he's gripping, holding on to his emotions, holding on tightly to kind of contain himself. And she's focused on this energy. right? She's over here looking at the freaking devil in the background. That's this. Once again, you got someone right in front of you that is literally doing everything in their power to just like control themselves and be with you and like pour into you, but you're still focused on the past. My beautiful fire signs, you gotta let this go. And look at what's representing the past. It's the freaking devil, right? It's the devil. It's toxic. It's narcissistic. Listen, I know that sometimes good dick and good pussy can come with a toxic motherfucker attached to it. I understand. And you literally just get torn because you're just like, oh, I can't deal with them anymore. But damn, that shit was good. Or I never came like that before, or whatever. Like they take you to new heights. I get it. I get it. I get it. But they're showing up as the devil for a reason. This is not the person for you. All right, or the people, or whatever you've been doing, if you're, especially if you're in a cycle where you kind of keep dating the same guy or the same girl, right? This is a cycle that needs to end. We need to shift our focus, right? We need to allow ourselves to heal this energy. We need to be in the present moment and focus on what's before us and stop thinking about that past shit, right? And for those of you that have you know, maybe you have a current lover where they're alright, but it's not great. Like, they're okay, they're good, they're cool, you like them. And bed, you're still thinking about this, right? Communicate, show them, teach them, guide them, open up, allow yourself to what? To be vulnerable and raw and true, right? Like, get them to that point. If this person is great in all these aspects of the relationship but not really great in bed, then maybe that's something that you guys can work towards, right? But it doesn't mean that you should just be keep going back to this nonsense just because they're great in bed, because every time you deal with this energy, you're picking it up, right? And now you're holding this energy within your body, and now you got to heal and cleanse from it all over again, right? So it's like going right back to square one, going right back to square one, right back to square one. It's like you get so far, you're doing all this work, you're doing all these things, standing on your 2 feet, you're feeling good, you got away from them, you haven't heard from them in a minute. Fuck them, fuck him, fuck her, all the things, right? Yeah, you're feeling all good, and then slip up, you get a late night call, you might be drinking, you ran into them at the club, whatever it is, you end up getting banged out again, and then the cycle starts all over again, right? It's time to let that energy go. It's time to move on, right? And to allow the person that's in front of you to really to to receive all of your focus, all of your attention, all of your energy, right? This is a look at his hand. He's like so frustrated. It's like, I'm trying so hard over here, but you worried about nonsense, right? I need you to focus, my beautiful fire signs. Focus on what's before you so that you can open up to this new love potential, right? Look, beautiful. I'm always seeing this card, and this is the wheel, so cycles are changing and we're moving. But I always see this card as like three different the me, myself, and I. You know how we have me, myself, and I, right? So it's the different aspects of yourself, my beautiful fire signs, right? Who you are when you're kind of grounded and focused on like the 3D tangible stuff, right? And then who you are when you're envisioning yourself, right? And you're kind of expanding your spirit, and then how you're showing up in the world, right? And so it's like, I'm going to focus on feeling good and looking good. I'm going to stay grounded and connected, but I'm also going to keep like my eyes open for the future, right? So I just feel like many of you are transitioning to new levels of yourself, right? And so maybe what you liked in the past isn't going to work in your present or in your future, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's kind of like we're like taking a look at where we've been. I'm like, okay, well, that worked and that didn't work, but you know what? I really would prefer something like this, right? And so it's like you're taking a look at where you're at, you're envisioning the better that you want for a future, and then you're starting to be a reflection of that, right? And so for some of you fire signs, I feel like you're going to be really focused on getting your bodies together, getting your um mind right. Maybe you're going to be focused more so on like a skincare routine and taking better care of your hair and your health coming into 2023. And because you start to feel good about yourself, you're going to start attracting even more people to the energy, right? Because when we feel good and we look good, all of a sudden we become very magnetic, right? So 2023 is going to give you the boost that you need to really walk away from the toxicity and narcissism and just traumatic energies that we've had in our sexual relationships before to a newer, higher version of ourselves, one in which we're actually feeling good about ourselves all the time, where we're feeling good about our choices, where we're feeling good about our connections, where we're feeling good about our sensuality, right? She's completely naked here and staring in the mirror and focused on herself, right? This is you owning who you are and loving yourself, right? In every aspect, like looking at yourself and loving yourself and realizing, like, damn, I'm sexy, I'm sensual, I'm delicious, I'm magnetic, I'm vibrant, I'm desirable, I'm worthy, I'm deserving, right? And that's going to be a huge draw for you. A huge draw for you as we come into 2023. And beautiful. Oh, okay, we got judgment. So for some of you, you're going to be meeting your divine counterparts, right? We have the red string of fate here. So for some of you, you might be resonating as like a twin flame or an old soul. This is like that energy coming in, right? You're going to meet your person. If you're a divine masculine, you're going to meet your divine feminine. If you're a divine feminine, you're going to meet your divine masculine, right? Some of you may be starting families within these connections. So congratulations if that's what you're doing. If you're not trying to start a family, then I would be very, very safe because there's a baby here for a reason. So think about that. But this is also an energy of like inner child healing. So as we're healing within, releasing all this baggage and energy and learning to love ourselves, right? We then become in alignment with someone who's on the same page as us, right? We finally open up to receiving that delicious love. So 2023 is really going to be a year for you, my beautiful fire signs, right? To let the past go, move forward so that you can have much more fulfilling, pleasurable, passionate sexual experiences and connections as you move forward. And again, for some of you, this is you actually getting into like a relationship with someone who is your person, right? And you guys are going to be on the same page and it's going to be really, really dope. Let the past go. And then we got the Two of Pentacles, right? So this energy is so, where is it? It's this, right? It's like we're doing all this work, all this healing, all this moving forward, all this um just doing deep inner work to kind of move things forward, but then we get distracted and pulled back, right? And this person who's forcing the issue, right, is here. What are they focused on? They're just focused on back shots on the back, right? On your ass, on your back, or getting it in, or doing their thing, right? She's looking here, right, towards her true north, right, towards the future, towards what she really wants, higher standards, deeper connections, like that kind of connection. But he's here just focused on the sex. So if you are with someone who you can't even have a conversation with because all it ends up being is you guys just banging it out. Listen, I'm not judging you, right? We've all had slides, the people you only see after midnight. I get it. There are some people that are in your life that you literally only call to get banged out, and that's it. There's no real connection there, right? But I feel 2023 is like you're letting that go, right? And so some of your lovers, but some of y'all are going to be tight, right? You're going to be like setting some ground rules, setting some boundaries, cutting some people off as you're moving into 2023. Why? So that you can have what you actually want, right? So that you can have someone in your life that's going to bring you sexual pleasure, sensual pleasure, make you feel good, pour into you, uplift you, connect with you, someone that you can create with, right? Someone who hears you, again with that music energy, right? We're hearing the music, we're feeling the vibes. Like that is a deeper connection that you have being made available to you, right? We saw the energy very soon come in early in the reading. So you have that coming, being made available to you once you let that other energy go. So it's really time for you to close that door so that you can move forward. Okay? Really, really shut it down. Like, shut the shit down. Enough's enough. And I get it. I'm telling you, I get it. I've had some of the best lovers in the world, and I'll still tell you right now, it's not that serious. It's never that serious. Love yourself first and foremost. All right? Challenges that my beautiful fire signs may be dealing with when it comes to this connection or sex in 2023. All right. Again with the star energy. Again with that star energy. Right? So, a dream come true, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. And I'm bringing up the star because, look at this. Right? You see the star up there, and then we got the star here. So, this is showing up for you as challenges. The end of a difficult situation. Right? This connection is holding you in bondage, right? It's keeping you from being completely happy. It's keeping you from your orgasm. It's keeping you from fulfillment in every area of your life, right? Like, I might be with somebody on a Monday who I'm mostly orgasmic with, and it's amazing, and we have passionate sex. But if when I'm leaving them, I feel depleted or less than, or they ghost me afterwards, or I don't really hear from them, or they can't be honest, or it's kind of always arguing on the only time we ever really get along is when we're having sex. It's time to let that go, right? It's like, oh my God, the only time we really connect is when we're in bed. Fantastic. Sex is a love language for many people. I know it's one of my love languages, but we have to be able to communicate and talk in other ways. And if that's the only way we can connect, then maybe you're not the person for me. And it's time to move on. Okay. Another challenge, right? So we got the three of Ariel coming in. So maybe working a little too hard or shitting where we eat can be a challenge for you this year, right? So if you happen to meet someone in the workspace or someone that you work together, don't allow this intimate connection or this attraction or these desires to interfere with what's going on in your sex life, right? And so for some of you, it's like just be mindful of hooking up with people at work. Be mindful of maybe letting your boss hit. Be mindful of um taking a coffee break that goes a little long. Just don't let your sex life and your work life mix. They are two different conversations, right? For some of you, and I know how it is. For some of you, you're dating someone at work, and that's kind of like why you keep going back to it because you see them all the time. I get it. But it's time to move on. And unfortunately, some of you will have to change jobs in order to move on because maybe you're dealing with like a petty Betty or a petty Paul. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But 2023 is giving you a chance to kind of move forward. And maybe you need to just walk away from that position altogether, move on to something greater, a whole new, healthier environment where you're not dealing with that toxic shit every single day, right? And you can also just refocus on your money and your career, and everything else will kind of be added onto you. Okay. Knight of Raphael coming in as well. So this is an energy of someone who's like romantic, kind of like flirty, you know. So I love the fact that this is coming up in our challenges position because be mindful of people that are giving you attention, right? And are they doing it for the right reasons? And we don't want to kind of go into a situationship with someone who's for the streets, more or less. You know what I'm saying? My fire sign. So if you're dealing with someone and, it kind of has this energy of exclusivity, but then they're over here flirting with Tina, and they're over here flirting with Tom, and they're over here chilling, doing the most with Paulette, and then in the background hanging with Michael, and there's just a lot going on, or there's just too many energies in the pot. When things don't add up, take yourself out of the equation. Right. And so for some of you, I think that's what it is. It's like you just may want to stop dealing with somebody who is such a so flirtatious, but in like a disloyal way, right? There's one thing for people to like kind of flirt and play, especially like depending on your career or your line of work. That might be that might be something that you just need to do. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but there's a difference between someone who's kind of just like flirting but also setting really clear boundaries, that's very clear, like where you stand with them, right? Everyone else knows where you stand. It's not like a question. There aren't people around who are in these like fake energetic relationships with them. And I feel like that's this energy here, right? Don't deal with someone who has a whole bunch of people thinking that they might be the one, or that there's a chance, or that if you sneeze the wrong way that you're gonna be replaced in 5 seconds. You got people waiting in the wings. You know what I mean? So be mindful of that. Be mindful of dealing with someone like that, and be mindful of being that person. Once again, we have to close the door completely in order to move forward. All right, so we don't want to kind of like be showing up and then playing. It's like, oh, well, I'm here with you Monday through Friday, but you sneeze the wrong way, and Saturday you're kind of replaced, and I got people playing on my phone, and they're, men and women who think that they still have a chance, or that, we might still be together one day, or that I'm giving false hope to, or I'm on Instagram or Facebook kind of like in everybody's DMs doing the most. You know what I mean? You want to deal with that energy as soon as it comes up. And then we have the Six of Michael, right? And this is always the energy of like leaving challenging times behind. And so for some of you, I feel like that's what this is for you. Again, it's the challenges position. So you're struggling with moving forward. You're struggling with releasing the ex or the exes, or that kind of like pattern in your life that is not serving you, and it's time for you to move forward. It really is, my fire signs. It's time for you to move forward, right? When look where you move forward. You're moving forward with loyalty, right? So you want someone that's going to be loyal to you. You're moving towards the light, something that's going to be lighter and brighter coming into your world, right? We're holding on so much to the tried and true, to these relationship dynamics, to these distorted beliefs that we've learned in the past, and it's time to let it go. All right? Of Ariel, right? This is a card of balance, right? This is about having like work-life balance. So again, with that work energy coming in, we really want to have things get into balance. Don't allow, and I'm not going to tell you like mess up your money up. Obviously, there's times where we're like busier than other times, right? But don't allow the fact that you're so focused on like getting that money, getting that coin, kind of like getting that promotion, doing that transfer, that you forget about yourself. You forget about your partner if you have one, right? You forget about that connection. So for those of you that like maybe might be like in a situationship right now, right? Don't allow, work to be the reason why you guys can't be together. Like figure out a way to make time for one another, right? Figure out a way to make time for yourself outside of your job. Allow other people at your job to do their job, right? Like everybody has a position, everyone has a role to fill. So you don't need to be, spinning all the plates by yourself. Like let other people do their stuff and delegate and set boundaries so that you can have balance, and you can enjoy more of your own personal time. All right, in 2023. And then new beginnings coming in as a challenge for you. So for some of you, you're scared to let, again, with that energy, release your ex, right? You're scared to leave the past in the past. You're blocking this energy by holding on to the past, right? You're not allowing anything new to come in because you're stuck in the old. And so at the end of the day, my beautiful fire signs, the choice is going to be yours. Do you want something better for yourself? Do you want love? Do you want passion? Do you want intimacy? Do you want connection? Do you want respect? Do you want foreplay? Do you want romance? Like, what is it that you're calling in? And are you getting it from old boy or old girl? Right? More than likely not, unless we wouldn't be having this conversation. Listen, this is not about judging or criticizing you. I get it. I've been there, done that, had to heal, did it again, fucked up, double back, triple back, move forward. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But it's time for you to move forward. I don't want you to get stuck in this cycle. It sucks. Been there, done that. How many times? How many of you have dated the same person, but the names changed? Right? You're doing the same bullshit, but the name changed. Maybe you're dealing with someone who has addiction problems. All right, well, Now I'm not dealing with someone who has a coke addiction. Now I'm dealing with a fucking alcoholic or a workaholic or a sugarholic, right? But it's still the energy of addiction. Or are you dealing with codependency? Or are you dealing with cheating? Or are you dealing with narcissism? Like, however it's playing out, like, it's time to let that shit go so we can have better sex in 2023, right? And it starts with you. So for some of you, you might, like I said, you might just want to take a time out, little boop boop, right? Cut everybody off, cleanse the field, cleanse the body, cleanse the energies, cleanse your mind, get your mind right, get back on, on track. Focus on yourself. Maybe if you are working a little too hard, right, and you do want to get off, instead of calling your ex to get you off, freaking masturbate. Rub one out. Leave them alone so that you're not picking up that toxic ass energy with everything else that you got going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't need it. Yeah. I'm going to get one card from Spirit, the Divine Beloved deck. And we're going to end this beautiful reading. So thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What do the fire signs need to know for 2023 in regards to their love life? Let's get one message. You got two. So we got burdens. I accept your help. Change me, divine beloved, into one who gratefully receives all help you send. Let me release the useless idea that I must carry the burden alone. Let me trust that you send the right assistance. May I feel worthy and accept it. Leave this shit alone. For the love of God, leave it alone. And then we got clarity. Clarity is my birthright. I love that energy. Change me, divine beloved, into one who remembers in every moment my true self. Love, light, wisdom, and divinity. Yes, it's about you knowing your own worth, your own value. Where is this card? Right? Love yourself first. Be discerning in your partners. Be discerning in who you giving that good to, right? Who you giving your time to, your energy. Even if you're just like texting, right? Is this worth your text? Are they worth your data? I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? For reals. Anyway, my beautiful fire signs, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to be praying that and definitely praying for you guys to help release this energy, cut the cords, and just to move forward because you deserve so much better. You deserve so much better. So let's make sure we have a really good, make sure that we're being very crystal clear on what it is that we're trying to manifest when it comes to love, intimacy, and romance. Let's make sure that we have a really good, healthy work-life balance. Let's make sure that we're showing up in a respectful way and loving ourselves enough to know what is no longer serving us so that we can walk away. All right? I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Happy New Year and enjoy 2023. Later, my beloveds. All right, Earth signs, what up? Let's go get some tea for Mamacita. All right, my beautiful Earth signs. Let's just get right into it. Let's see what 2023 has in store for you in regards to your sex life. So let's see where you're at right now. So thank you, angels. Thank you guys for being here with me and all the Earth signs. What do I need to know? What do I need to see in regards to sex, love, and intimacy for 2023? Where they at right now? Okay, my beautiful earth signs. Ooh, bottom of the deck, children. Your love life is being affected by children. So some of you may be parents. Some of you may be kind of maybe in a situationship or kind of like dealing with someone who does have children, right? So that obviously does affect us and affects the way that things play out. Okay. And then we have chemistry. Okay, earth signs. So there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Magnetic attraction here. I don't. Mercury is retrograde, so don't judge me. Um, I feel like you guys are, at least for those of you that are parents, you're focusing on your family and kind of like your children and just making sure that they're good, grounded, and connected while also remembering the sexual, sensual side of you, right? And so some of you may just be kind of like getting out there in 2023. Like maybe you're a parent and you've not dated, right? Maybe you're newly a single parent um, or you just don't know what that looks like, right? I know when I had my kids and then their father and I broke up, I didn't know what it felt like to date while having children. Like it was very uncomfortable for me, right? And so I feel like there's, at least for those of you that might be, parents, you're kind of reactivating your own like sensual sexual side, and that's drawing more people into you, right? So you're definitely focused on your family, but you're also remembering who you are as a man and who you are as a woman, and that you're more than just mom and dad, right? You're a sensual sexual being as well. um for those of you where children isn't, affecting you because you're not like directly affected by your children, I feel like this is a healing of your inner child. And so many of you have kind of you've done a lot of the healing work, right? We've looked at the triggers, we've looked at how we were taught about relationships and intimacy and sexuality growing up, and healing all of that, right? And coming back into our own selves and remembering our sovereignty, and that we are, sexual, spiritual beings as well. Obviously, like, sex was created to help sustain um the earth, right? We we have sex so we can keep going as a population, right? And so we're remembering that there's nothing wrong with that sexuality, and because you're kind of like tapping into that energy, it's making you more magnetic. Again, I just feel you guys really just being people really just being drawn to your energy in 2023, right? And even people that you're connecting with that like on the same page. You see how he's kind of like got like a ball of light in his hand, and she's really just kind of focusing on that energy. So I feel like there's a connection here with you even coming more into balance with your spiritual side, and recognizing the connection, the bridge between sex and spirit, right? And pouring into someone, and you really meeting up with people and connecting with people this year in a really sexual way that are on the same page as you, right? And so maybe you guys have different like quirks, or you're connected with in kind of like um strange and unusual ways, but you're gonna kind of like meet your people, right? You're gonna get that kind of connection, right? So maybe you guys are Trekkies, or you're into what's the stuff where people dress up like stuffed animals and stuff, or something like that. Or maybe you're gonna meet someone who is just as fascinated with as you are about magic and mysticism and the spiritual arts, whatever that connection may be. I feel you just really being a huge just magnet, and people just being drawn to you. So whatever your likes are, your quirks are, your uniqueness is, it's really making you stand out at this time as we head into 2023. Love that for you. All right. Let's see what sexiness we got coming in from my beautiful earth signs. Thank you, angels. Thank you guys for being here with me in the earth signs. What I need to know, what I need to see as we're moving into 2023. We got work. Okay. Okay. Love it. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. Okay. Ooh. All right. Nine of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. All right. Wanting someone, such a strong attachment, such a strong desire for you that they want to even have a piece of you when they're not around, like cutting a lock of hair. So for some of you, for some of you, you're gonna meet someone who's definitely very passionately drawn to you. Like, they can't get enough of you. Someone who can't keep their hands off of you, right? Like, that card always gives me the vibes of like Machine Gun Kelly and was a beautiful Meg. I don't remember her name, but she was in like Transformers or whatever. Just a really sexy, beautiful model that he's with, and that energy, like she gave him like a drop of her blood, or like a vial of blood or something like that. It's like that kind of connection. It's just like deep and passionate and intimate, and it's just very unique. So I feel like there's just gonna be like a very unique connection between the two of you, and nobody outside of your dynamic would really understand that connection. Like, they're just not gonna understand why you guys are just they again can't keep your hands off each other's connection. Like, it's just they'll keep like your panties in their pocket, or like she's gonna be wearing, or they have your tie on during the day, or like different things like that. It's like, oh my God, remember, like, have you guys seen Pretty Woman? And Julia Roberts is like sitting in the room butt ass naked, has nothing on but a tie when the man comes in and he's like, oh, nice sign. She's like, oh, I bought it for you, right? It's like that kind of thing. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have your tie. Or even like the 50 Shades of Grey, like he used one of his ties to tie her up, like kind of their first night together, and like that becomes like her favorite tie, right? It's like that kind of connection going on. I love this for you, Earth signs. Yes, 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 yes. Get your motherfucking groove on. Okay, I am loving these cards. Oh my Lord. All right. First of all, we got the Two of Cups popping out. So this is a delicious sign for you this year, right? You got someone who can't keep their hands off you. You got this intimate romantic connection, right? And the Two of Cups is this energy of like love. Like I have my cup of love, you have your cup of love, and we're like pouring into each other. We have met our match. So I really feel for many of you, you are going to meet your person this year, and it is going to be different. The sex is going to be different. The connection is going to be different. The intimacy is going to be different. How you guys are showing up and playing out together is just gonna be different. Like this is gonna be a year of like, mm. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Look, yep. Look, we got the Two of Wands coming in. Sex. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Sex happens way before the bedroom, right? So this connection, you see her foot is leaned on him, and they're like sharing a meal over bread, and they're touching hands. Intimacy, connection, having more in common than just what we do in the bedroom, right? We got to be able to not only make love well, but to be able to connect and communicate well. And that's this energy, right? Beautiful, beautiful, balanced energy of intimacy and romance and connection and communication and just open heartedness. Ugh, I love it. And then we have the Hierophant, right? And so the Hierophant is normally like this energy of like, deeper commitment. It can be like a card of like marriage and engagement and higher learning and stuff like that. So for some of you, and again with this divine counterpart energy, I'm just looking at the two birds in the background. Some of you might be connecting with like your twin flame, soulmate kind of connections as well. But I feel like some of you have been healing. I feel like some of you have been healing your connections with spirit, and looking at things a little bit differently now. Healing those distorted beliefs that it's wrong for you to be sexual, it's wrong for you to be sensual, it's wrong for you to enjoy sex, right? It's like we're learning to let go of that old paradigm so we can really, truly, fully embrace and be who we were created to be. Some of you as well, there might be an age gap between you and your partners, and also others of you, your dynamic might look a little differently to people, right? And I'm seeing that just because there's three people on this card. So maybe this is like a polyamorous kind of connection that you're coming into in 2023, right? And it's not going to work and fit for everybody, but it works and fits for you guys, right? There's no judgment here. Like, do what works for you, obviously. I know we have, okay, the Seven of Pentacles coming in. So I love it. I love I love this card because it looks like they're just taking like a much needed breath and like a snack break, right? We got like food on the ground. They're sitting there. Some she's got the string tied on one arm and the other side's let go. So it's almost like, okay, I was tied to the bed for a while, tied to a bedpost, tied to a door, whatever I was tied to, and now we like let it go. So I'm like, moving my shoulders and kind of like working my muscles and taking a little bit of minute because maybe I just got rocked. So I love this card because it's just an energy of like, again, this is not what everybody's doing, but this works for you guys, right? So whether it's like the polyamorous stuff, or maybe you guys are just doing menage, or maybe you're trying a little BDSM, like whatever that might mean to you, this is going to be a very unique, explorative, and just a different dynamic for you this year. I really feel you trying and doing things a little bit differently, and finally meeting someone who's on the same page with you, right? Finally meeting someone who's like, yes, just as much of a freak as you are, you know what I mean? And loving it and wanting to do and try and taste and feel all the different things together. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And then we have the Five of Pentacles as well, right? So look at this beautiful intimacy, right? Kissing, connection. You know, kissing is very personal. I've always felt like that. I just mentioned Pretty Woman, right? Same thing. It's like kissing is just like a very personal act. To me, it's like you can't I could pretend that you're somebody else when you're behind me, inside me, below me, whatever the thing might be. But when I'm kissing you, it's almost like I can't pretend. It's like I know exactly who you are in that moment. So I feel that really deep connection coming in for you guys as well. Music is also going to play a role in your connections this year. So whether that means that like maybe you're playing music and you're going to be expressing yourself through your song. Um, oh, again, right back to that Nine of Pentacles energy, right? Because he needed something, right? And so maybe like you're creating a song for your beloved, so when you're not around they can just like kind of like hear your voice, or when they hear that melody they think of you. I was telling the fire signs, like maybe you want to make like a sexual or romantic like playlist for yourself, right? Something that's really going to truly activate you guys. But I feel like the more you move in this sensual attraction and allow yourself to try and do different things, it's also going to affect like your artistry, right? So maybe you're an artist who was only known for doing like, I don't know, like secular music, right? And now you're becoming like an R&B singer, right? It's like it's that kind of energy, right? And it's just going to feel a different way. Or like even people that are, that grow up, right? We watch people grow up on TV, and the little girls grow up, and it was like Janet Jackson, because I'm aging myself obviously, but I grew up listening to Janet Jackson, and she was on TV and she was young and she was innocent and her music was young and was innocent. And then it finally came to a point where people had to start recognizing her as a woman, right? And her music changed and she's making songs like if and anytime, any place. And she's like, guys, I'm in my 30s. I have sex. Like, you need to know that, right? So I feel like that's for some of you as well, right? It's kind of like you're coming into your own sexually and you're allowing it to be expressed, right? And because you're coming into your own, because you're feeling yourself, because you're comfortable with you and you're shining, reflecting that light out, you're magnetizing and being drawn. People are drawn to the energy now. It's like people are going to be looking at you differently. People are going to be attracted to you differently. People are going to be feeling and sensing and desiring you differently. It's like all of a sudden the lights went on and everybody realized, okay, earth sign's grown down, right? That's not a little boy or little girl in front of me anymore. That's a grown man, that's a grown woman, and I want some. Okay. Love this for you. All right. Let's see. What challenges, if any, will my earth signs be experiencing this year when it comes to sex, love, and intimacy? Those fell out pretty quickly, so strong messages there. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. Oh, Five of Ariel in our heads. Okay. So, a couple of challenges, a couple of negative experiences coming in. It's like an older energy. So, be mindful of be mindful that you're not projecting your fears, your worries, your anxieties from past relationships onto these new people, whoever is coming into your life, right? We don't want to hold on to that energy. Sorry, guys, hold on. Like something was crawling on me. Anyway, um, we don't want to recreate the past, right? So we want to let that go. So this is an energy of just like letting the past stay exactly where it belongs in the past. It's not serving us anymore, right? So we don't want to go into a situation and be like, oh, they're just going to be like everything else. So I'm sure it's going to start off great, but they're probably going to be crazy, or somebody's going to get screwed up, or I bet you he cheats on me, or she's a liar, or a gold digger, or they're only waiting for my money, and then kind of like putting this negative energy out there and then creating that reality for yourself, right? We want to kind of shift away from that as we come into 2023. So be mindful of your thoughts, be mindful of your projections, be mindful of your fears when it comes into intimacy and sex for 2023. Okay. And we have justice. All right. So keeping things in balance, right? We really want to balance the scales when it comes to these dynamics, right? So making sure that you're not just only pouring into someone else's cup, but they're also pouring into your cup, right? You take one step towards them and then you chill and you wait and see if they take a step towards you. And if they don't, then you turn around and you keep it moving, right? But we don't want to go into situations where it's not equal, right? So the challenge is going to be to make sure that it's an equal give and take as we're moving into these situations. I know that sometimes you guys can be as down to earth and grounded as you can, as you are. You can go far when it comes to your partners, right? And it's like put your all into them, almost sometimes even put them on a pedestal. And so we want to make sure that you're getting as much as you're giving, and vice versa, and also that there's balance in other areas of your life, right? That you're not going into a relationship and focusing all your energy there and then being negligent of your other areas of responsibility like your children, right? That was one of the first energies that came out. So making sure that you just have a lot of balance when it comes to that. Solutions coming in, right? So this is about self-control. This is about patience, right? So again, being mindful about how you're showing up. Maybe you're connecting with someone, you guys have really strong chemistry, as we saw that earlier, right? There's such a deep connection. Again, you guys can't keep your hands off each other, like you finally found your person, right? But you're gonna need to kind of like maintain yourself, maybe dial it back a little bit. Give them time also to be on the same page, right? Like maybe you're so into it, this is a deep connection, this is everything that you've actually wanted, but the person might be a little skittish because of their past or because of their healing or whatever is going on with them, right? So we just want to make sure that we are being optimistic but also being realistic, right? And giving people a chance and being patient, and then maybe slowing things down or taking our time in a relationship. That Hierophant card again is the energy of like marriage and engagement, right? A higher, like a deeper level of commitment. So maybe don't jump the gun when it comes to being exclusive, or don't jump the gun when it comes to like, all right, we're dating, like I need to live with you now, I want to marry you right now, or like all the stuff. Like just give yourself a minute, okay? And then, oh, the King of Michael, right? So this is an energy of like stoicism and seriousness, and he can he can be a little cold, right? So keep your hearts open when it comes to 2023, right? And make sure that you're connecting with someone who's also going to have an open heart and be emotionally mature enough to communicate with you. You know what I mean? This is a very cold energy. This is an energy where we're strictly from the mind and we're not really using our heart, right? And so we're talking about sex, love, and intimacy right now, right? That's a heart centered conversation. So we don't want to be just kind of like logical and cold in how we're showing up in our dynamics. We want to keep our heart open and bring things into balance and allow ourselves to feel as we're going through this, okay? And also the people that we're dealing with. Like you want to deal with someone who is going to be very clear about where you stand and how they feel about you, right? You don't want any misgivings going on. And then, okay, we got the Six of Gabriel, right? So this tends to be an energy of being seen and being recognized, recognition, right? So as much as you want to be seen and heard, understand that like your intimate partners aren't here just to kind of like be a part of your fan club. You know what I mean? Like they're here to pour into you and you're there to pour into them. So if you are looking for not even looking for, I'll say it like this. Make sure you're in these relationships and these dynamics for the right reasons, right? So some of you might be connecting with people that just have high status and make a lot of money, or they're very well known, and so you're kind of connecting with them in that area because of those things, as opposed to connecting with them because you guys are actually connected at a heart level, right? And so just be mindful of the situations that you're getting in. say this all the time. Like, just because a person looks good doesn't mean that they're a good look. So be very mindful of it, right? Be very mindful of your connections and why you're doing these things, and have respect for yourself in every way, shape, or form, right? Just because they might make a little bit more money than you or live in like a better neighborhood than you doesn't mean that you're not deserving of that or even something better, right? It doesn't mean that like you deserve to be degraded and humiliated and violated and mistreated just because you guys might just be on like different um financial statuses, right? Or different statuses within like your community. Okay. It's for somebody out there is like money is talking, but money is talking to you the wrong way. Be mindful, be mindful, be mindful. All right. One final message from Spirit for my beautiful earth signs. Thank you. And y'all got two. Funny. All right, support. The right help will come. Allow me, divine beloved, to let go, relax, and enjoy the process, knowing that it's safe to offer all to your capable hands. The right actions are always shown, and the right help always comes. You don't have to just settle. You don't have to just accept what's thrown to you. And I feel that strongly, especially with the Six of Gabriel card, right? It's almost like, oh, let me be with this person because they have this, they have that, and everything's gonna be good. But it's like you don't need them to define you. You don't need them to make you feel good about yourself. Like you got this in general in life, and the divine is gonna help bring you, add on to you everything that's needed. And so you're gonna come into a dynamic or be attracting now more dynamics that are gonna bring support to you, that are gonna heal you, that are gonna nurture you, that it's not gonna just be about using you to get off. You know what I'm saying? And in desires, I offer all longings to you. Oof. Change me, divine beloved, into one who offers all longings to you. Let me feel whole, knowing all true needs will be handled. You are my source for all. That's literally what I just said. Right? Like, you don't need this cold hearted masculine energy to you don't need something like that. You need something heart centered. You need something in balance. You need something that's gonna pour into you, that makes you feel alive again, that is passionate and magnetic and dynamic and delicious, right? And so we want to be very clear about what we're drawing in when it comes to our relationships, right? I want someone loyal and loving and honest and passionate and romantic and, financially stable and emotionally mature and communicative. We want to be very clear about our desires and our goals, and then we want to give it to the divine and let the Most High hook us up, right? Again, just because a person looks good doesn't make them a good look. I will say that again, my beautiful earth signs. But I'm excited for it. You guys have some delicious love coming in. And if you're open to it and if you're really balanced and focused, this partnership, this divine connection that's coming in is going to be a game changer for you. I'm really excited. And it's going to bring a lot of passion, a lot of intimacy, a lot of orgasms into your life. So, way to go, earth signs. Anyway. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Happy New Year. Get your groove on and definitely comment below and let me know all the good things because I'm nosy. Love you. Mean it later. Hello, 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 my beloved souls. What's going on, my beautiful water signs? Let's get right into your sex, love, intimacy reading for 2023. Let's see where you guys are at right now. So thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Tell me about what's going on with the water signs. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? Where they at right now? What are they doing? All right. A little bit of stagnation and connecting to your energy. So you guys are in kind of like hesitancy, right? Kind of restricted, a little constricted energies I'm feeling. Okay. We got, okay. Looking at the cards, I'm like, okay, now I see why. So we have religious factors coming in, right? So I grew up Baptist Methodist, right? Sometimes we're taught in these religious structures that our desires, our needs, our natural born sexual selves are sins, right? Are a problem. We're wrong, right? For our desires. So I feel like that's something that you guys are kind of healing at this time and moving away from, right? So 2023 is going to kind of be this energy of healing and reevaluation and restructuring how we're connecting on an intimate level, right? Ourselves to Allowing ourselves to fully embody the sensual sexual parts of ourselves without the guilt and the criticism and the condemnation. Okay, that's going to be a big shift for many of you. For many of you that are dealing with religious factors, whether that's you or the person that you're kind of connecting with, right? Like, why are they so restrictive? Why do we have so many rules? Why are there so many standards? What about these boundaries? Why can't I feel this way? You know, all of these different things going on. And then we have this energy of codependency, my little water signs, right? So addictions are affecting your romantic life. This you? Is this the people that you keep getting to, situations with? That is something that is going to be addressed and going to be healed as you're moving into 2023, right? Like moving away from the people that maybe you keep dating the same, person, but the names change, right? So maybe you were dating someone whose addiction was gaming, and then somebody else whose addiction was porn, and then someone else whose addiction was, alcohol, and then someone else whose addiction was drugs, right? Or we have sexual addictions, however it works out, right? So, well, this is you, definitely you guys healing this within yourselves and also healing the people that you're coming into alignment with, right? Because if you're constantly drawing those people into your environment and those are constantly the people that you're dating, then you need to heal that codependency energy as well, right? You need to heal that aspect of you that is in alignment with these people that have addiction issues or even your own issue of addiction, right? Like, where are you showing up and being very codependent? Are you dealing with people because you'd rather have somebody and you're afraid to be alone, right? Is that something that you learned in childhood? These are all the things that are kind of coming up for you right now. So, very heavy energy for you, my beautiful water signs, right? A lot of depth with you, which is not surprising, right? Your water signs, still waters run deep, right? So it might look all cool, calm, and collected on the surface, but underneath how your relationships are playing out is showing that there's all this stuff coming up, right? So where are you kind of like being held back? Where are you magnetized towards really codependent and unhealthy relationships? Are you dealing with narcissists or toxicity, or do you feel guilt when you're having sexual pleasure because you feel wrong because the church said one thing, or you heard this at temple or in synagogue or whatever, or you're having premarital sex and you feel guilty about it, right? Because of the way that you grew up. Like, all of this stuff is kind of coming to the surface for you right now to heal and to address as we move into 2023. Okay. And then unrequited love, right? There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Some of you are forcing the connections, right? You've been forced into these connections, especially when it comes to stuff like this. I always feel like this energy always gives me like the arranged marriage kind of vibe, right? It's like we're with someone and we're connecting with someone who we don't really want to be with, but because we've kind of been guided to or forced to, right? And so some of you need to speak your truth and to stand up for yourselves and to just be like, this is not the energy for me. Like, this is not who I am. This is not what I want. This doesn't feel good. For some of you, you've been connecting with people for the wrong reasons, purely for the reasons of status, right? Like, they have the right car, the right home, the right job, and so you're doing it because it looks good on paper, but there's no connection there. There's no desire. You guys aren't on the same page. You don't really enjoy the sex. You guys are just kind of, it's like missionary with the lights off and the clothes on and we're under a sheet, right? It's just like there's just not this connection there. And so that's another thing that's going to be healing in 2023 is realizing that, like, hey, I keep putting myself in these situations and kind of just like tolerating this mediocre, basic ass sex life when that's not really what I want, but because I feel like it looks good, right? And so we're moving away from that energy of falling for the hype or just falling for these empty connections and moving towards something even deeper. Yeah, look. And how do you start to heal some of these really heavy energies? Through playfulness, right? And just like kind of relaxing. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So some of you, my beautiful water signs, need to just go have some more fun, right? Things have gotten too serious, things have gotten heavy. You need to go take a break, right? Kind of like run away from like the nonsense. Um, Maybe even some of you in bed, you need to bring a little more fun into it. When we've been dating people for a minute and you kind of like know what they like and what they don't like, right? It can be very the routine. It can become a routine, right? It's no more of the fun and the spontaneity and kind of like um try something new, do something new, like feel something new. It's like that energy isn't there anymore. It's almost like you're stuck, and it's like you want to have more fun in the bedroom. You want to have more fun in your connections. You want to have more fun when it comes to these intimate and sensual connections, right? And so, how can you allow yourself to have fun and to enjoy who you are as a sensual, sexual, spiritual being without the guilt, without the codependency, without um talking down on yourself or feeling like you don't deserve this pleasure, this intimacy, this love, this connection, right? We need to really open it up. So I feel 2023, as you allow yourself to play, allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to explore, you're going to be healing these different layers of yourself, right? And as you heal these different layers of yourself, it's kind of like everything is happening simultaneously. It's like because you're healing parts of yourself that have to deal with like kind of like the religious structures of the world while allowing yourself to play and enjoy and to embody the sexual sensual side of yourself as a spiritual being, right? And as you're healing the codependency, you're attracting people into your life that are going to bring out the aspects of you that are filled with love and light and dynamic and expressive and open hearted, right? So there's a lot going on here. This is going to be a year where you're peeling off layer by layer and getting freer and freer, and that's going to open you up even more sexually and sensually and intimacy wise. All right, beautiful. All right. Whew, that was an intense start. Beautiful water signs. Let's see what we got coming on and what we have coming in for you in 2023 as far as sex, love, and intimacy goes. So being angels and guides, being here with me in the water signs. What do they need to know? What do they need to see? Moving into 2023. Okay, Ten of Wands energy. I love that, right? Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I love this energy because it really just speaks to me about like someone who just can't keep their hands off you, right? Like you guys just, you couldn't even make it to the house. We're ripping our clothes off, we're getting connected. Like it is just so deep, so passionate. So I feel like some of you, that's what you really are just calling in, right? You're calling in someone who is passionate and fiery and like you guys just can't keep your hands off of one another, right? You're calling in that kind of connection for 2023. So I love that for you. Oh, okay. A couple cards pop out. Let's get to it. So we got the Five of Swords coming in, right? This can kind of be an energy of conflict, but it's giving me like makeup sex vibes, right? And so maybe some of you like maybe some of you are going to be rekindling with some of your partners in the past, right? And it's going to be a little different. I feel the feminine here is she's got her arm up, so it looks like she's like kind of resisting, but I just feel like the feminine in the connection, right? The feminine energy. I'm not talking about gender, but the feminine energy in the connection is finding their power, their strength, right? Taking control more when it comes to sex, love, and intimacy, right? So maybe you are used to kind of just like lying down and being like, okay, like, do your thing, it's on you, and you're letting your partner take the lead. I feel like for some of you, especially the feminine energies here that are watching, for some of you, you're going to be taking the lead. You're going to be taking control. You're going to be giving the directions. You're going to let your partner know like what you want. And you see like she's pulling on his hair. She's got her arm up like she's being powerful, and he's got a smile on his face. Like he's loving the spiciness. He's loving the fight. He's loving the connection. He's loving that she's like standing up, showing up for herself. So I really feel into this for you that this is going to be a time where my beautiful feminines, if you step forward, allow yourself to be seen, like be very clear about what it is that you want. You and your partner are both going to be pleasantly surprised by all of this. So make 2023 the year where you take control of your own sexual pleasure and energies. Okay. Oh yeah. And then we got the Queen of Swords coming here. The Queen of Swords does not play, right? She does not play. That's definitely like a feminine energy that's all in their heads for the most part. But this is this is an energy where you're gonna have to connect more so in the mind than just like the heart. Like she needs to feel safe and secure and knowing that their partner got it, right? That's someone that they can kind of lean on, that they can trust. So I feel for many of you, like water signs, right? You're looking for someone who is grounded, who is stable, who is matching your energy when it comes to like getting shit done and getting things done. I feel really that this is more so a like a sapiosexual connection, right? Like we're gonna speak to each other's minds, and as we open up each other's minds and explore and connect and dissect and converse, that's gonna bring us closer. That's gonna bring more intimacy. That's gonna allow this those legs to open up wide to in order to get in there. So for some of you, I feel like your sexual and sensual experiences this year are directly going to be affected by how people are communicating with you, how they're showing up, the grounding, the stability, the safety that you're feeling within these connections. Okay. And then we have the wheel. I love this card. This is my me, myself, and I card, right? This shows, to me, this just shows like the different levels of ourselves as we ascend, right? And so, my beautiful water signs, I feel like you're just coming into your own, right? You're kind of grounded and stable down there, looking at things for kind of like what they quote unquote are, right, in this 3D world. And then really elevating that and envisioning, all right, well, this is where I'm at, but what do I want for the future, right? Like kind of like our vision board energy, right? Like I'm using my third eye to kind of envision what I'm looking for in the future, and then really focusing my energies on being a reflection of that in the here and now, right? And so we'll see, she's completely naked, vulnerable, authentic, raw, looking in the mirror, feeling herself, right? That's that confidence and that assurance that comes when we know who we are as a soul, as a sovereign being, right? And so again, with this connection with your spiritual self and your sexual self, it's like you're understanding that and you're coming into that and you're owning that is allowing you to feel freer. You feel more comfortable with yourself. You're able to express yourself in a much deeper way and wanting to and desiring it and feeling really good about it, right? It's a beautiful, beautiful energy that you're transitioning towards as we move into 2023, really coming into yourself, right? Really knowing what you want and you desire and being clear about it and then reflecting that back out to the universe so that you're a magnet towards it at the same time. It's perfect. And then, oof, the magician, yeah. Master manifester, right? Creating everything that we want. So again, we're coming into the space where we're like envisioning, right, what we want from our intimate sexual loving relationships, and then we're using the tools that we have within us to make it happen, right, and then to be that. So this is the master manifester, right, taking a little bit of everything: air, water, fire, earth, and then making this happen. So really channeling the energies and focusing on what we want our divine counterparts to be, what we want our sexual, sensual, love, intimate relationships to look like, and then manifesting that and putting in that work and honing our energies into it. So this is going to be a great year for you to heal and to shift and to move forward as water signs, and to really manifest the relationship that you want through that playfulness, and also through that healing of releasing those constructs and those judgments and those fears that came with the religious factors and came with the codependency. Okay. All right. Let's see what is going on. What are the challenges that they may deal with when it comes to their sexual, romantic, and intimate lives? My beautiful angels and guides. Any challenges for the water signs? Yes. Right, bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. So, too many people in the mix, right? Maybe you're dealing with somebody who's for the streets. Maybe that's your energy and you kind of just like need to hone it in. So, the 3 of Cups can be an energy of like celebration and camaraderie, right? And so maybe, as we saw with the addictions cards, maybe that's one of the issues, right? Maybe someone is addicted to sex, or addicted to women, or addicted to drinking, or addicted to partying, or addicted to distractions, right? And so we don't want that to be something that's keeping us from our happily ever after, right? So one of the challenges that we're going to deal with is multiple parties, or partying, or celebrations, or drinking. Let's just be mindful of all of that. Okay? All right. Epiphany, right? This is the Hermit card normally. So, showing up as a challenge, maybe too much of, not too much of, you're not feeling comfortable being by yourself, right? And so this is an energy of like, we need to learn to be okay with just our own energies. We need to learn to be okay with not always having a million people around or having multiple partners, right? This might be a year where you're challenged to withdraw your energy and kind of be by yourself for a minute, so that you can kind of like be the best version of you, so that you can really get to know your own energy, and then you can discern as to when or where you're going to kind of share it, right? This is also an energy of like going inside and like just looking at things from a higher perspective. Okay. Again, the stars. So tends to be about dreams coming true and wishing and following our true north, right? So we don't want to delude ourselves this year and make something that it's not, right? So if someone is coming into your existence and they kind of feel like their divine counterpart, or kind of feel like a dream come true, just be very discerning when you're connecting with them, that that's what it is, and that it's not you just kind of like wishing and hoping and dreaming and making it fit, right? This is especially true for those I see like in the Twin Flame Collective, right? They'll like see a reading or like read a blog, and it's like checking off like some of the certain boxes, but then it's not hitting all the markers, right? The person is toxic and narcissistic and a cheater and abusive and all this other shit, but they're like, yeah, but I think that's my twin flame. So this is an energy of like, let's not delude ourselves, right? Let's not force things. Let's not try to make something happen that isn't actually there. Okay? Like, let's not be so focused on the dream that we can't be very practical and pragmatic about what we're seeing in front of us at this time. All right? Trusting the process, right? Leap of faith. This is about new beginnings, trying something new, opening up to a new possibility, right? And if this is a challenge for you, then that means that you're stuck in the past, right? You're not allowing yourself to move forward. You're not allowing yourself to try something new. You're so restricted in your thought processes and the things that you've been taught over the years, that you're not allowing yourself the opportunity to do something new and open yourself up to love. And so we want to get out of our own way in 2023 and allow ourselves to try love and intimacy and sex in new manners, right? Maybe for some of you, this is just trying something new, right? Maybe you need to just like open up a little bit more and explore a little bit more and realize that like, like maybe you need to do a little bit of role play or j- go to a different location or you know, try something new in the bed, like try different positions. Again, like just move your body a little differently, right? Maybe you want to throw on a wig, maybe you want to throw on a different outfit. You just want to do something new, but be open to trying new things and not getting in your own way. And again, with this energy of just like being very restricted and closed in, right? We want to expand our energetic field, right? And really be open to this intimacy and this love that's coming in for us. The moon. This is the energy of secrets, right? We're holding stuff in. So with the moon energy, we always listen to our intuition. And water signs, this is all you guys, right? You're my Scorpios, Pisces, and freaking Cancers. You guys are the most probably some of the most intuitive out of all the signs, right? And so you definitely want to be listening to your intuitive promptings, right? But you're challenged with that right now. So it's almost like you're not believing yourself. You don't hear yourself. You don't trust yourself anymore in these dynamics because you've been so jaded, you've been so hurt, you've been so distorted over time, right? And somebody like took your you gave your power away, you gave your energy away. Maybe you were in a relationship with someone before and which you were open to try new things and they shamed you for it, right? Or you heard that women aren't supposed to enjoy, oral sex, or, you're a guy and you like want to give your female pleasure, but you were told that like vaginas are dirty or something like that, right? We have all these different things that we kind of grow up with. So this is cutting off the egoic mind, cutting off the the voices of the naysayers around us, right? Because I mean, it's awful, but you can often hear the voices of your parents and your pastors and your leaders in your mind when you're trying to be like this central person. That's where that guilt comes in, right? That's when we have all these different sexual dysfunctions with like ED and vaginal dryness and all that stuff. It comes from these distortions of hearing these voices in our head and believing that there's something wrong with our innate desires to have sex, right? And to express ourselves in a sexual and sensual manner. And then we stop listening to our intuition. So this is going to be a year where you're challenged to follow your intuition again, right? To listen to those promptings, to open up and to stop talking yourself out of your own blessings, right? And to stop shaming yourself for the things that you're feeling. Look at this, the Four of Gabriel, right? This is like the 1111 card. So this is normally a card of like celebration and connection and we're getting together, but this is a year where you're being challenged with that, right? You're being challenged with your connections and your desires to celebrate. You're being challenged with the things that are are coming in to bless you. It's like you're blocking yourself from receiving these blessings. For some of you, it's been such a block that this is why you're not orgasmic, right? This is why sex is not really pleasurable for you. This is why you don't really understand why so many people are into it when you can't, you could take it or leave it, right? It's nothing for you, right? That's that energy of, let me get out of my own way. No, sex is pleasurable and enjoyable and fun and delicious and passionate, and it makes you feel good, and you can create so many different things using that energy, and you can manifest and really like make the life of your dreams if you doing it the right way. Listen, to me, if you're just having sex just for the act of sex, it's like a waste. Like I really feel like people should be using it to manifest all the time because it's such a powerful life force energy. But that's this energy right now of like you not being able to open up and allow yourself to explore, you not being able to release the past, you not being able to allow yourself to feel and to expand and to really embody the who you are as a sensual and sexual being. So we really want to open up to that in 2023. We really want to allow ourselves to open up and to trust how we're feeling and to trust our bodies and to flow with it and to trust in how we're feeling and communicate it, right? And so that we're having more pleasurable sex. Okay. And then we have the seven of Raphael, right? So this is about choices and options often, right? And it can be a card of like indecision. So we want to just make sure this year that we're just being very clear. Be clear about what it is that you want, what it is you like, what it is you're looking for, what feels good, what doesn't, and communicate it clearly, right? And for some of you, it's just you have so many options and choices that your energy is too splintered, right? So this might just be the time where you need to kind of like narrow it down, right? Like bring all the energies back home, bring it all into one, maybe go from 7 partners to 3. You know, it's nothing wrong with like having a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday lover, right? But maybe now, because your energy has been a little distorted, my beautiful water signs, and because you've kind of been spreading yourself thin, that we kind of want to bring these energies back, right? We want to bring it into us. We want to hone our energy in and really, really connect at a deeper level. And again, be clear about the things that we want, right? Make a decision, right? And I hope the decision, I hope that you choose you first and foremost, always, right? Self love is the best love. So choosing yourself, choosing your pleasure, choosing your sensuality, choosing how you're showing up. And instead of just being such beautiful, open hearted, beautiful water signs that are focused on their partner all the time, what about you? What feels good to you? What do you like? Right? Do you like little fingers in your butt? Do you like your salad tossed? You like to get your pussy ate? You like to get some head? You like when your nipples are played with? Like, what do you like? And are you communicating that to your partner? Right? And then being a reflection of that and also giving it. Okay? Powerful. So, you guys got a little work coming in for you, but it definitely is going to benefit you and it can be fun. Again, the energy of playfulness came in. So, we want to make this process fun. This doesn't have to be heavy lifting, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. But if you are aware that there are some things that need to shift and you take accountability for it, it's going to be a lot faster and a lot easier for you. All right. So let's get one final message from Spirit for my beautiful water signs for 2023 in their sex life. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? Let's get one final message. That is falling out of my hand. Perfect. Nurturing. I am a spark of divinity. Oh, wait. Bottom of the deck. Y'all play all the way too much. Attachment. I release all attachments. Let that go. Let that go. Let that go. Like, there's a lot that you got to let go of so that you can move forward. You know, I would not be surprised, like I said, if some of you are really challenged with achieving orgasms or even like getting your dick up or getting wet or having pleasurable sex because of all this stuff that you're holding on to inside, right? It's time to really move forward and to let that stuff go. But again, attachments. I release all attachments. Change me, divine beloved, into one who trusts that the perfect relationship always arrives on time. Amen, amen, and amen. Let me feel worthy and deserving of love. Let me feel worthy and deserving of love. Let me feel worthy and deserving of love. This is who you are. All right, you are worthy and deserving of all good things. You just have to open yourself up to it, right? Again, it's like we know who we are, where we're at, we're envisioning our future, and then we're going to start to reflect that out. How can you walk onto this new timeline? How can you be a reflection of what it is that you want? You're calling in love, perfect. Are you a match for that, right? Are you reflecting that back out? Are you the love that you desire, right? Those are some things to ask yourself at this time. Nurturing. I am a spark of divinity. Change me, divine beloved, into one who accepts my body exactly as it is, seeing it as a vessel for your love. Your body was made for pleasure and sensuality and sexuality, right? We were given this gift to keep the species going. So you have nothing to be ashamed of. We all got here through an act of sex. That's how we get here. That's how we get here. Fill me with gratitude for this physical form. Let me nurture and care for myself in every way. Okay, so for a lot of you as well, um, there's been this energy of like body shaming around you, right? But you need to learn to love and value yourself, right? Whether you got a big dick or a little one, right? Whether your clit is big or it's small, whether you got curves or straight up and down, right? Do I see your rib cage or do I just see like fluff, whatever it is, own and love yourself. See where she's at up here? Looking in the mirror, completely naked, owning and loving herself. So maybe for some of you water signs, you need to go in the mirror, butt ass naked, and just look at yourself and be like, you know what? Yes, I love me, right? I'm fluffy. I'm skinny. I'm perfectly imperfect, but I'm me. I'm good. And for a lot of you, you need to understand that your partners are not thinking about your weight when you guys are having sex. Listen, and I'm gonna, this goes for the guys too, but I'm definitely talking to the women right now. He don't give a fuck about your hair, about your rolls, about your lack of rolls. None of that, none of that, none of that, none of that, none of that. I promise you, in the midst of everything, when it's time to get busy, if the shit gets up, it's game on. Stop worrying, stop stressing, stop focusing on it. Same thing, men. You know what I mean? Like, you may be thinking, maybe I'm not big enough, maybe I'm too big, whatever the case may be. They'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Girls, boys, whatever. Women too, because it's not just dudes that you think are worried about you, but your female partners or partner, however it works out for you. You know what I'm saying? Your partner, my beautiful men and women, don't give a fuck for the most part. We judge ourselves. So if you're dealing with someone, kind of dating someone and intimate with someone, you don't really have to worry about all that, the rolls and the skinniness and the ribs and the length and the girth and the shit and all stuff, because they're not focused on it. If they ain't want to be there, they don't have to be there. Point blank and simple, right? But how you show up, your confidence, your belief, your just love for yourself is what they're attracted to. It's your energy more so than anything. I'm not going to say that there's not some superficial people out there. I'm not going to say that, because there are. You know what I mean? You like what you like, you don't like what you don't like. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, people are more so drawn to your energy, right? So having the confidence, showing up, speaking up, standing in your truth, being honest, being authentic, being raw, being vulnerable, that's going to speak volumes way more than what size your freaking pants are. It really will. All right. I'm telling you that I can speak to that truth. There's a reason I'm a life, sex, and spirituality coach. There's a reason I used to do porn. I'm not just talking out of my ass over here. Okay. But I'm going to leave it there. But my beautiful water signs, this is a big year for you. And if you decide to tap into it and do the work, you're going to come out on top or on the bottom. You can come either way, whatever, on the side. There's no judgment. Anyway, I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Happy New Year. Enjoy your 2023. And definitely comment below. Tell me all the things, because I'm a freak like y'all and I'm mad nosy and I want to know all the things. All right? Later, my beloveds. Hello, 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 my beautiful air signs. What's going on, my beloveds? So, let's get right into it. Let's see where you're at as far as sex, love, intimacy, and romance is going into 2023 and what to expect. So thank you, angels and guides, for being here with me and my air signs. Where are they at right now? What's going on with them? I had a whole lot. Okay, that's so funny. This is like the most that has come for personal. Okay, there's a lot of messages here. Let's get into it. I had like a book fall out. So, no. Okay, no. They're like, no, that's not it. Okay. Bottom of the deck, true love, either way. This is the romance of a lifetime. So I feel like some of you are kind of like channeling this energy. Like that's what you're calling in for 2023, right? Something that's solid, secure, no indecision. You know exactly where you stand. Um, excuse me, that's who you are reflecting back out as well, right? So maybe this is something that you started embodying in 2022 and moving into 2023, right? You know you want something, excuse me, solid, secure, stable, romantic, passionate, and that's what you're channeling out there to draw into you. Beautiful. We have playfulness. Yes. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So, have you guys been lightening it up? I love that for you, my beautiful air signs, because you tend to be in your heads, right? air signs, swords, it's all about the mental space. So I feel like you guys have stopped taking this journey so seriously, right? It's like you're getting out of your head, you're getting into your hearts, you're having fun, you're remembering the purpose of all of that. And because you've kind of like chilled out on yourself and on your expectations, it's bringing new energy in for you as well. Beautiful. Love yourself first. Always love yourself first. Always. Your self respect makes you more romantically attractive. So it's twofold. One is about just having a deep love, self love for yourself as well. But also, sorry, and I should have said this with the playfulness card because we're talking about sex, love, and intimacy. Having a little bit more fun in the bedroom, opening up to new things, maybe doing some role play, maybe bringing in some food, maybe, just creating a different environment, going to different places to be intimate, right? In 2023, loving yourself first. Obviously, self love is the best love. We always start there, right? But there's also an energy of self pleasure, masturbation, things like that. Like really knowing and exploring your own body and being comfortable with yourself. And that also makes you very magnetic when it comes to other partners. Okay. And then, okay, we got new love, right? So again, I feel like a lot of you have just like kind of put that energy out there into the universe, and now you're attracting that back, right? It's like, I want true love. I want to have some fun. I want to, feel myself. And the universe is like, cool, got it, order made. Here you go. Here's a new lover for you, right? So, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So I just feel like you guys are again becoming that in which you're desiring, right? You're showing up now in this world as a reflection of that in which you're calling in, and that's bringing a new partner into your realm. That's beautiful. Look, oh, and then we got very soon coming in, right? And so we're kind of like on an accelerated course here, my beautiful air signs. Good for you. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So be very clear about not only what you want, right? But like not only what you want. Be very clear about the energies that you're putting out there, right? And so I'm not talking about the superficial shit of, they got to make over six figures and have a certain car and be tall, dark, and handsome, short, light, and petite, whatever the things are, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about be clear about I want someone who's honest, who's passionate, who makes me feel safe, who is financially responsible, who is emotionally mature, who is a passionate lover, who is big into foreplay, like all the things, right? Like be really clear about that little mix that you're gonna put in the bag of wishes for the universe and then put it out there, right? So that the person that you're getting is actually the person that you've been calling in. All right. And then look, oh, we got passion coming in. So this is you, my beautiful air signs, right? Aquarius, Libras, Geminis. You guys are some of the most passionate signs, and I know it cracks me up. Um, Especially when it comes to the mouth, right? Y'all are like no joke when it comes to communication, right? And so I feel like you're going to be not just communicating, from your mind, but you're allowing your passions to speak forth this time, and it's really drawing others to you. Maybe for some of you as well, um you're like writing. I just feel like some people are like writing about their passions and their desires. So I don't know, do you have like a sex blog coming out? Are you writing a book? Or like a romantic comedy, something like that? I don't know. I just feel like you guys are expressing yourselves in like not just verbal but written form, and that's just going to be a part of your art. It's going to transform and it's going to inspire other people. I know that's not for everybody. It's probably just like a handful, but I had to say it because it came to me. All right, and then finances and career. So focus on your coin. I'm not mad at that, right? Working, hustling, making sure that you have everything together. Fantastic. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, though. So maybe you're so focused on money in your coin that you're not allowing yourself to be open to the new love and passionate experiences that are available to you, right? And so maybe you want to bring a little bit more work-life balance into your realm. But again, nothing wrong with working hard, especially we just had the holidays. People just spent hella money, right? There's a lot going on. But we're not born to work ourselves into an early grave, right? And we were designed with sexual desires in order to keep the species going. So there has to be some kind of balance coming into your life. Okay? But I get it. You're grinding. I ain't mad at that. Just don't forget to, you know, get your groove on too. And if you don't have an intimate partner, and I'm not pushing you to get one, do it with your damn self, right? There's nothing wrong with masturbation. It's very healthy. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So I hope some of you have been flirting, like feeling good about yourself. I just feel a lot of confidence with this reading, right? So I guess you guys have been feeling good about yourself, kind of putting it out there. Um, it's so funny that it says flirt for my beautiful air signs because my air signs, the ones that I have in my life, don't understand flirting. Like they don't get it. It's you'd have to like put a stamp on their head. You know what I mean? So be open to the fact that some people are going to be flirting with you and it's okay, right? It's like y'all tend to miss the message a lot when people are flirting with you. It's so funny in my air signs. It seems to go right over their head, right? And so just understand that like some people are going to be playing with you and like teasing you and stuff like that because they are going to be kind of like flirting with you. So you don't have to feel awkward about it. Okay. And then, oh, we got wedding. With this situation involves marriage, right? And so, oh, some of you just got out of like a marriage and it was toxic and awful and you needed to kind of like move forward, right? Um, some of you are desiring a marriage and kind of like prepping yourself to be, this wonderful husband or wonderful bride. But I feel like there's this energy here of, for those of you that just got out of a marriage, it's healing that energy and forgiving yourself for kind of like how you've shown up in the dynamic, right? Because there's more than one person there, right? We're all the bad guy in somebody's story, but really letting this energy go and being able to move forward and not feeling guilty or not feeling like you blew it, right? Because that's the energy that I'm feeling. Like it's almost like, oh, my marriage fell apart. Like I'm not gonna deal with anybody else. I don't want to talk to anybody else. I don't deserve anybody else. Kind of like that energy. And it's like, no, it's time to let that go. Like that was a lesson. That was a part of your soul contracts, your soul mission that you needed to work out with that person for whatever reason. And now that that part of your story and that timeline is over, it's time for you to move forward. Right. And so don't allow these restrictions to keep you from having this really desirable, pleasurable, you know, um, sexual intimate connection with someone that's coming into your life. For those of you that are wanting marriage and stuff like that and just kind of like putting that energy out there, make sure that you're desiring it for the right reasons, right? Because if you look here, it's like she's all focused on him, but he's focused forward, right? So we don't want to kind of hey, my little geese friends, we don't want to put all our eggs into a basket and end up with somebody just because we want that status, just because we want that title, just because we want to say that we're married. You know what I mean? And so just be very clear. It's like, do you want marriage because everybody else is marriage, or do you want marriage because, like, in your mind, like, that's what a beautiful, intimate, sexual, passionate connection looks like, right? Like, let's be very clear about that. And for those of you that have been dealing with someone who is married, right? Again, there's a disconnect there, right? So maybe you're all into them, but they're focused on something else, right? So we want to move away from that and open ourselves up. As long as you're connected to someone who is already in a committed relationship, you, one, aren't going to be fully committed to, and then you block yourself from receiving that full out commitment from someone else, right? So we have this new love coming in, but it can't come in if you're going to be in the middle of a situationship, right? Entanglement, however you choose to word it. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful of that, my beautiful air signs. All right, beautiful air signs. Let's see. Let's see. What blessings with the sexual stuff you guys can expect in 2023. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What's 2023 got for the beautiful air signs when it's coming to sex, love, intimacy? Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands. I love this. This energy always reminds me, like, you can kiss my ass or play with it, whichever you choose, right? That kind of energy. So, I feel, I feel like some of you, especially with that flirting energy that came up earlier, I feel like this is going to be a year where you're like teasing and playing and kind of like, putting the energies out there, especially for those of you that were in a committed relationship for a hot minute, like, this wedding kind of vibe was giving us, right? It's like you're kind of like putting yourself out there and kind of testing the waters and seeing what works and seeing seeing what feels good. Maybe you're like going online and setting up a profile or like, like going to the bar and kind of like flirting and doing like a ladies' night or, like a speed dating thing. I don't know. I'm just getting this vibe where it's like you're just kind of like putting it out there and kind of like testing the waters and kind of giving them a little something to look at, but not too much. Maybe you can touch my butt, but don't touch nothing else. Yeah. Love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Now we got the hanged man coming in. I love this for you, my beautiful air sign. So definitely trying stuff a little bit differently this time around, right? They're outside, her hands are tied, and he's kind of just like watching and looking and sneaking. It's it's so funny. You see this here? Like quickly looking at it, it almost looked like a dildo to me, right? And so maybe you guys are going to be bringing in a little bit more toys or exploring more when it comes to this year, right? Dildos, vibrators, handcuffs, you know, uh ropes, like whatever it is. I feel like you're going to be kind of like mixing things up and finding new ways to bring pleasure, sensual pleasure into your existence. Okay. Yeah, look, I'm getting that energy again. So one, okay, pause. This is the world card, right? So she's just like she looks like a whole motherfucking snack. It's like she's on a platter. Like that's how they're showing it to me. He's starting at her very foot, right? And so maybe some of you have like a foot fetish, or that's something that's gonna be like a turn on for you. Allowing yourself. I say this all the time. Like sex happens way before the bedroom, right? So allowing yourself to be pleased in other ways that don't necessarily have to do with penetration, right? A foot massage can be a very sensual way to interact with someone, right? Some partners like to suck on your toes or lick the arches of your feet, and maybe they just want to literally like kiss you from the bottoms of your feet to the top of your head and just allow you to feel, right? And she's just lying there, just feeling the feels, playing with her breasts, allowing herself to be nurtured. There's a lot of meridians and there's a lot of connection points within our feet that will activate other parts of your body. And so if it's done right, like if a foot massage is done right, you can even have a pure blown out vaginal orgasm from it, right? It's amazing. So just putting it out there. Just put it out there. All right. And then we got the Four of Pentacles, right? It just cracks me. I love this energy. So it looks like she's got a fan in her hand. Right, it's like she's taking a little minute, and I love the fact that she's kind of like in this like leather outfit. So again, with this BDSM energy coming in, right? We want to just try things a little bit differently. And it looks like he might just, be opening her up to kind of like nurture her, massage her, caress her. So I feel a lot of intimacy coming in for you guys. Sorry, kids are being loud. I feel a lot of intimacy coming in for you guys. So this could be a year where again you're exploring sexuality and sensuality in different ways, in non-penetrative ways, or really just focusing on yourself, right? So we had like the freaking dildo energy coming in. We have her being like fully dressed, but really only showing like her buttocks, right? Kind of like a burlesque energy going on. We got the foot massage coming in, and again, she's on a platter. And then here it just looks like to me like he's like about to start massaging her, right? So massage and just connecting in different ways outside of penetration is really gonna help add to your sexual experiences as we move into 2023. Amazing. We have, oh, the Knight of Cups. I love this energy, right? The Knight of Chalices tends to be an energy of someone who's like romantic and kind of like flirty coming in. Here, this beautiful female is completely naked, like raw, authentic, vulnerable, right? And he's coming towards her fully clothed, but he's attracted to her vulnerability, attracted to her rawness, to her authenticity, right? And so this is just showing me, my beautiful air signs, that the more you show up as the fullest, most complete version of yourself, the more you're drawing towards you the partner that you truly desire, right? Someone who's really got your back. Like it's making you very magnetic to just focusing your energies on you and being true to who you are is making you very magnetic as we come into 2023. Love this. Ooh, and we got the devil again. Look at this big ass dildo, right? Look at this big ass dildo. So don't. We got Mr. and Mrs. Toxicity over here, and then we have this like big dick energy, right? So we don't want to demonize ourselves for wanting pleasures, right? We don't want to feel guilty about the fact that maybe we do want pleasure and maybe we just do want it by ourselves. And we also don't want to attach ourselves to someone who's toxic and narcissistic just because they feel really good or because they have what we perceive to need. Okay, I will tell you guys this. I used to do porn, as most of you probably know, right? And I've had some of the best lovers in the world, and I will tell you every single time it's not that serious. Like this toxic, narcissistic bullshit is not that serious. I trust and believe there are other amazing lovers out there, that someone that's going to align with you, that's not going to make you feel like shit at the end of the day. All right, so we want to move away from this toxicity and just really focus on our own energies, no matter how enticing it looks. And I know it can be enticing. I get it. I'm a size queen, but calm down, right? Do better. Okay. And then we have the magician coming in with the master manifester. So that's you, my beautiful air signs, right? You're coming in as a master manifester, really putting out into the universe what it is you want and desire and are looking for, and then drawing that energy into you. Again, like I said, I feel like this is a year where you're very, very magnetic, right? And so you're planting these beautiful seeds and you're being clear. And I feel like you're just creating the kind of like you're starting to create the kind of sex life that you truly want for yourself, right? You're not running from your desires anymore. You're not running from who you are. You're understanding that like all parts equal the whole and accepting that and working together with that, and it's taking you forward, right? It's really, really dope, really beautiful. And then we have the Eight of Wands coming in, right? Again, so looks like he's like feeding her, right? She's nourishing him with the breast. So again, a lot of this energy isn't really about penetration. It's about sensuality, sexuality, and intimacy, right? Romance. So again, how can we explore sex in new ways? Maybe studying like tantric sex would be interesting for some of you, right? I'll definitely leave the link below for my free ebook, for my sex ebook, but I feel here there's just this deep connection of us just equal give and take. I'm nurturing you, you're nurturing me in our own way. She's nurturing from her breast, from her physical body, and he's nurturing, giving her food, right? Something external outside of them. So I feel like there's a balance here of the nourishment that we're receiving from our own self, as well as the nourishment that we're receiving from the universe calling into us and playing out, obviously, through our intimate partners. Okay. And then, yes, my beautiful air signs. Yes, more of the buttocks coming in, right? So this might be a big year of buns and butts for you guys, right? Because we just keep seeing that, right? But again, no penetration. He's on his knees behind her, right? Looks like he's about to toss her salad or something like that, right? Like eat it from the back. So again, finding different ways to get to our pleasure, finding different ways to have our fulfillment. This is woo, air signs. Do I know any air signs personally that I wanna? Cause y'all gonna be doing some things this year. I might want to participate. Okay. And we got the Six of Swords coming in, right? This definitely a little penetration, but again, we're doing different things differently. Why? Because we're outside. right? So trying different things. So instead of just having sex in the bedroom, right? Maybe you want to go to the living room. Maybe you want to use your backyard. Maybe there's a wine vineyard that you've been wanting to visit and you want to get lost in the freaking grapevines and get your groove on. However it plays out for you. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to encourage. Go get your groove on. And I feel like this is a year where you're gonna really be getting your groove on in a lot of different ways. I'm stoked for you guys. I'm really stoked. All right, let's see any challenges that might be coming in for my beautiful air signs in 2023. Challenges. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor. Okay, so pride and ego getting in the way, maybe focusing too much on money once again, right? And not allowing ourselves to be flexible in how we're showing up in these dynamics, right? That could be a challenge for you because the Emperor is kind of like rules the land, has control of everything, is above even all the kings, right? The emperor shows up and is like, this is what it is, this is what I said. It's that Aries fiery energy, right? And so coming in as a challenge, it's like your pride, your ego might get in the way. Like, yes, normally we always do things your way, but this time we have to try things a little bit differently. Right. So be open to trying things a little bit differently. Be open to different positions, different locations, right? Letting someone else take charge for a change, all the things. Two of Michael coming in, right? This tends to be a card of over analyzing and indecision, right? And so, my air signs, as you always do, I'm going to need you to get out of your heads, right? Get out of your heads, stop overthinking, and really feel with your heart. We just need to move through our heart, trust our intuitive promptings, allow ourselves to just go with the flow and stop overthinking, stop overanalyzing, right? Like, just because we're talking to somebody today doesn't mean we're going to be married on Friday. We got to give it a minute. Okay? Chill out. All the way chill out. We have the page of Raphael, right? So this can be kind of like a soft, loving, kind of nurturing energy. Kind of moves a little slow. You know, it's kind of like the beginning stages of love. And if this is coming up as a challenge, then it's almost like you're not really open to that, right? It's kind of like you're blocking yourself from even believing or wanting to be, pleased or loved or enticed, right? It's almost like people are reaching out and flirting or like maybe trying to hook up with you or take you out on a date or things like that, and you're just coming up with all these excuses, these blocks and these reasons why you're not going to do it, right? And so we want to be open to allowing love into our lives in 2023. We have the Lovers card, again coming up at a challenge. So traditionally, the Lovers card was about choices, right? You have a choice in love, and it's also about balancing our masculine and our feminine energies, right? So you one have options, but again, you want to be open to it. This is a very heart-centered card, heart-driven. And if we're not allowing ourselves to be heart led when it comes to sex, love, romance, and intimacy, then we're doing it from the egoic mind, right? So this is just a reminder you need to tap into your heart center in order to move things forward in 2023, right? In order to have much more pleasurable and fulfilling sexual experiences and intimate connections, right? We need to do so from a based heart based place, and also not do like a comparison game to other people's relationships. That's also coming up right now, right? It's almost like, oh well, they have this and they have that, or they're together, or they're married, or they're just got engaged, and it's like everyone around me is in love, and then here I am. It's like, no, this isn't a comparison game, right? At the end of the day, you gotta love yourself first and foremost before anything else, and then it'll help you to move things forward. Okay. Yeah. Again, the Ten of Raphael. Come on, Ten of Cups energy. That's love, 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 crazy, crazy love, all types of love, love in every single area of your life, and you're not letting it in. You're not letting it in. love of family, love of friends, love of self, love from the universe. You're just like blocking it out. It's like, I don't have time for that, right? But you need to make time. Like, I know you're busy. I know you guys are grinding, working on your finances and your career. That's the most important thing for you right now. But also remember that you are a naturally sexual, spiritual being. You need to make yourself open and available for those other aspects and those other parts of you to show up as well. All right. Again, with that magician card, it's like we're using every part of ourselves to contribute to the whole. You can't just block off love, right? And then want to have like all the other things. No, you need to open up yourself to love as well. Okay. And then we have the Ace of Michael, right? And what is that about? Breakthroughs, like decision making, a lot of clarity coming in, right? So you're not allowing your. It's like a fog, right? It's almost like you're consciously blocking yourself from seeing what's in front of you. It's like you got rose colored glasses on for a little bit as we're moving through this year. And it's like, no, it's okay. Like you're being so logical about relationships and pragmatic that you're not allowing the relationships to transform and to happen the way they're supposed to happen through your heart center. Right? Like we're having a beautiful, intimate connection. This isn't a mental game, right? We need to feel, we need to flow, we need to be in a moment. That is when we have the most delicious sexual experiences, when we let ourselves loose. Why do you think people take drugs and drink before they're having sex, right? Because they want to kind of like relax and be in a moment and let their inhibitions go, right? And this is a overthinking, I'm in a box, things are strict and rigid kind of thing. It's like, no, we need to let it go. We need to open up. We need to just feel. Does this feel good? Amazing, right? Allow myself to feel in different ways. And I feel like a lot of that is why you're going to be exploring sex in different ways. It's because we're coming out of the energy of inhibitions and restrictions and we're moving to something different, something better. Again, sex happens way before the bedroom. Okay? All right. Whew, my air signs. Let's get one final message from Spirit, and then I will leave your reading there. All right, let's get one final message. Wow. For the air signs. Okay. And of course, you got two cards. So I got attachment. I think I got this in the earth sign reading. I release all attachments. Change me, divine beloved, into one who trusts the perfect relationship will arrive on time. It really will, my air signs. It really will. Like, you need to get out of your head and stop overthinking and stuff. And you have new love coming in for you very soon, but you're getting in your own way. You're stopping yourself from your own pleasure, your own satisfaction because you're overthinking things. Let me feel worthy and deserving of love. It's time to get out of your own damn way. It really is. 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 And then we got protection. I am safe. Just say that. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Change me, divine beloved, into one who is protected from all negative energy and predictions. Get out of your own head. You're creating these false self fulfilling prophecies by blocking your own blessings, by either over analyzing or just like doing a freaking comparison thing with other people that you're coveting. It's time to move out of that energy, right? Don't be so focused on what's going on over there and thinking that that relationship is great. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Fill me with your razzling and radiant lights. Make me a vessel for your love. I now release all fears I've absorbed from others. When we are in intimate relationships, right, we pick up other people's energies. So if you're dealing with or sleeping with someone who happens to suffer with depression or anxiety or anger or all that shit, you're picking up their energies when you're being intimate with them. So you need to kind of like shield and protect yourself. And so again, going to that love yourself first card, like this might be a time where you take a step back, take a pause from maybe connecting with any new partners in a physical sense until you can cleanse your energies, right? Cleanse your energies of your exes, cleanse your energies of your own distorted beliefs and patterns and whatever it is, and you can kind of be whole with yourself and then shield and protect yourself, right? Shield and protect yourself. always your energetic body, right? You'd be surprised at what you pick up from intimate moments. Like I say it all the time. I'm like, I'd rather I can be bad by myself. Like I'm good. Like I want someone that's gonna add to me. I don't want to feel depleted or exhausted or overwhelmed at the end of my when I'm done having sex, right? Like I want to feel like a little depleted energetically because I just did all this physical work, but I don't want to. I mean, I want to feel depleted physically because I did all the work, but I want to feel depleted energetically and like I have to start all over again, or I'm resetting at point zero and I got to heal me and heal you and do. No, I'm not doing none of that. Not doing none of that, right? So know that you're safeguarded and protected at all times in all ways, and protect your energies and allow yourself to explore and open up in new ways. Get out of your head. Stop overthinking this. It's just sex. It's meant to have fun. We're meant to keep the population going, right? It's here for the species. It was designed for it to be pleasurable. So if you're not having pleasurable sex, right, then that's something that we need to talk about, something that we need to work on, right? Something that you are going to be working on through 2023 if you're open to it, right? Be open to it. Try new things, right? Try new things. Surprise your motherfucking self. Okay? Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Happy 2023. I hope that you take the reins of your life and you go get it. And definitely comment below. Let me know all the freakiness that you got going on because I'm mad nosy and I'm mad curious and I'm here for the shits and the giggles. All right. Later, my beloveds. Later.